Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of OpenFront.io. This game, I am playing my first time in multiplayer, and I'm going to see how it goes. I am not sure what to expect. I've played a few of these games, and it's so interesting how the meta in multiplayer, it's so aggressive, and it's actually really quick. There's a lot going on here, so I'm going to try to boat over there. What I've found is generally being basically on the aggressive end of things is kind of to one's advantage. That's what I'm seeing. In terms of my start, I think there's 6 people in this game. Look at what even happened here. Okay, so that person didn't know what they're doing. That kind of makes sense. There's also, it seems like there's clans forming. I've seen people with similar names, basically teaming in these games. So it's kind of troll. There's a lot going on. So in terms of kind of my start, I think my kind of plan is I spawned right in between these kind of 2 pockets here. I don't know if I can do this. Yeah. If you hold spacebar, you can basically see an alternate view of troops, and you can also see territories. So you can see that boat coming. Someone's sending a lot of boats. It looks like it's Norway. And I think the Transland person is basically going down. I hope this isn't just a single player run, because the other person over here basically got wrecked by the bot. Not sure what's going on with that. But in any case, I'm going to try to basically prioritize this Greenland first, just because I think it's going to be easier. It's going to allow me to get up more faster. I'm going to lower my troops to workers ratio just a little bit and keep on pushing this way. One of the things I found is, even though it's tempting to betray this alliance right here, the basically traitor symbol that you get, the double daggers, is kind of bad in the sense that other bots won't ally you, they'll attack you. So I'm going to let that slide. And I think how I'm going to kind of respond to that, even though I think this is good. There's someone else named Wedded down there. They're not doing as good. What I've seen in these games is generally people who get ahead tend to stay ahead, just because I think it's kind of hard to understand what's going on. Probably the best players, I don't expect them to have played a lot of games in this. You see this is basically a recipe for disaster. And being able to recognize when someone's a threat, someone is crown, and with the kind of basically increasing attack ratio meta of, if you essentially increase your attack ratio a ton, you get a huge bonus. It incentivizes aggressive play, and it's kind of counterintuitive for me as a TT player, just in general. So I'm trying to do this. I might kind of have a really good setup at this point in time. I don't know if it makes sense to ally some of these other bots. I'm just trying to think about what may be most practical. At this point in time, I just want to take all this land. And the other thing I've noticed in multiplayer, let me know what your thoughts are if you played it too, is I don't know how important trade is. It hasn't seemed like I've gotten that much of a boost. I've allied people. I know it's dependent, for those of you who don't know, trade is very much dependent on how far away someone is. And yeah, I think this might be just free win, because I don't think these people have played before. That's how it kind of looks. The other kind of question I have is, I don't know, looking down here in bottom left, I don't know all of how to manage my population. That's kind of one of the weird things about this game. I'm going to do one thing that I think is going to be a meta strategy, just sending out a boat, basically try to get some different options. Actually, probably doesn't make sense, because I do have good options here. So I'm going to keep on taking out these bots. There's probably an element of micro with this, that you can think that basically trying to send out as few troops as possible to take all of the bot makes sense. But given there's kind of in my book, I don't know exactly what's going on with essentially, oh, and you know what? This is another strategy you can do. I'm going to build 2 ports just to try to get some trade chips. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to just take this port right here, because I think that makes sense. The other thing I kind of wonder about OpenFront, you see that Mongolia is not happy about that, is I kind of wonder, and that's very much OP. I'm going to actually try to do something else. I'm going to try to do this to see if I can encircle Mongolia and have that be kind of a bonus, that I don't have to go through all this other land. So, boop, they should disappear. That is good. And let me see if they're still in the game. I don't know if they are. And in terms of kind of my plan, I think I'm going to try to make alliances with some people further away. I shouldn't count my eggs before they hatch, though. I need to keep on moving. That has been my error when playing some of these other games, that I need to keep on using my troops. The kind of question I have is, I get that if you use higher elements of the slider bar, you get an edge. But I don't know, like, if you look at my population, if I get interest, like, you can see down here that basically the plus, I think this is what I have to pay attention to. I think if my basically, like, this is what is red interest in territorial IO. So you see this, it's starting to go down. And that, I think, means that I'm over basically kind of like the point where you continue to get max interest. So whenever that goes down, I guess, and this would be great, Evan, if you're watching this, that would be a great indicator, because I think that's one of the things that's really helpful with TT. So I just need to monitor this, that I guess it's going to be constant, right, until it's not. So this is India. I'm going to take out India. That makes sense. I'm going to take out this. And do I have this island right here? I do. So I'm going to take that. And things are looking good so far. So basically, I see that this is going down. So that means I need to click more. I think I figured it out. This is what I was missing in these other games. That essentially, I need to like pay super close attention to this specific area. Because once that goes down, it means that other people who are attacking and using their troops are getting better advantages out of them. So in terms of where I'm at, it looks like it's going down. That makes sense. And gold is just constant. So I'm at 1 mil. And you know what I don't know? I don't know if it actually makes sense to, like, what am I thinking? To build cities just to try to get some more land. So I think Australia pushed me out of there. Try to keep an eye on this. That's kind of one of the troll things about this game. That, like, the notion that I have to pay attention to this tiny thing. And I think this might be a ship coming. So I'm going to intercept that. If that is indeed a ship, I'm going to try to protect that front. And then again, I see that my basically population interest is going down as Australia sends Clownface to me. Yeah, so I think that might be like my #1 tip that I finally fucking figured out. That you have to really pay attention to this kind of plus over here with the pop. I don't know if I got to Socotra. I did get to Socotra. So that is good. I'm going to keep on trying to boat Australia and try to take out some of this. I'm also going to send a boat down to Antarctica. I actually don't know if I can get there. I'm going to see, just to prepare for when I go for them. But what I do think is that if I can basically get over here to, what is this dude's name? Wedded, and basically just destroy him, like deck him, I think I should be good, because Greenland, like everyone else just looks like bots. Right, because they all have the flag name, so that makes sense. So that's kind of troll. So I think one of the things you got to think about if you want to do well in open front is I think you got to keep a close eye on this pop plus down here, because I think that's your indicator. That's how you know when you attack. So I'm probably this game going to actually get up to, what is it, hydrogen bomb. So that should be good. Oh, and this guy, he like escaped. He basically escaped. So at this point, I want to keep on attacking Australia. One of the kind of annoying things is freaking islands, man. Islands, dude. And I probably shouldn't be doing that. Sending out like all those attacks like that is probably a bad idea. And somehow Spain is up here. That's kind of weird for me. And I think at this point, I'm going to start going for Greenland. And I'm going to wait for my alliance with Russia to expire. I think I should be good. Yeah. Like, I think it's kind of hard to imagine how I would lose this. Not sure if I can. I want to send a boat over here if I can do that. So that makes sense. Just to try to get the extra kind of boost from conquering someone. And right, so I have 6 mil. So I think at this point, I'm going to boat Greenland. I'm going to send the boat right now. And at this point, I see my interest continuing to go down. So I'm going to send one other boat. And I'm going to send, I think I should have got, actually, I don't have a missile silo. That's actually really interesting. So I'm going to build a missile silo right here. And with my 6 mil, I'm going to just devastate Greenland. And one of the interesting things I saw, for those of you who are kind of interested in how TT, look at the cloud face, how OpenFront is going to change, is that they're going to have a new bomb that is even bigger than this other one. And someone else is nuking this dude, so that is kind of bad. And here comes my hydrogen bomb. This should pretty much finish them, and that makes sense on that front. One of the things I think would be good too, well, I think Teemo one would be cool. But besides that, I think that it would be good. It would be great if there was like some way you could honor alliances at the end. I don't know. It's still an alpha. There's a lot to think about. Like some of my original comments on the game of just like, what is it? Like that there should be SAM sites. I don't know. Having played some multiplayer, which is kind of interesting, like it's still in its infancy. Like if any of you are Territorial IO veterans and have played a lot, I don't know if y'all remember like the days in TT where you just have no clue what you're doing. You're just kind of clicking around. Like this is what I think this is right now for OpenFront. So Russia is done. I have stopped paying attention to the pop plus thing right here. It is honestly really annoying to look at that. I hope the UI kind of gets adjusted in some way that makes that like a little bit better of an indicator, because I think that would help a lot of people. Because like, you can't see what I'm doing, but just like squinting at this tiny area to try to get something out of it. And given I am this far ahead, I'm probably, just for fun, I'm going to do another missile silo, and I'm going to nuke Wedded because I can. So let's do this. Hydrogen bomb. There you see it going right there. I think like some... Oh, am I getting nuked too? Where did my hydrogen bomb? Oh, it's right there. Yeah, I think Wedded tried to fight back. Or someone tried to fight back. I think getting more stuff like this, like, I do like the infrastructure. I think the infrastructure is super cool. And I do want to see more of it. I just kind of wonder how... Whoa. What the hell happened here? Did I get, like, bombed by, like, a ton of stuff? That couldn't have been a hydrogen bomb. I've never seen a bot do a hydrogen bomb before. That's, I mean, that's why you pay attention, I guess. But... yeah, I do want to see more infrastructure. Like, I think of things like tanks. I think of things of, like, Air Force. I think Air Force would be cool. Some type of Air Force makes sense. I don't know if I'm going to traitor that guy. Yeah, Air Force would be cool. Tanks would be cool. Artillery would be interesting. I just kind of wonder how it works in trying to make, like, OpenFront a fast-paced game. Because that's kind of, like, my skepticism in a way that I... Like, the dev sounds super smart with how he's thinking about stuff. That I don't want to slow down the game if, like, you can stall stuff out with missile defense launchers. And it would be kind of troll if someone shoots down your fucking hydrogen bomb, right? So, I guess we're gonna see where things go. I'm content with, like, kind of, like, what this is so far. So what is this right here? Is someone else bombing me? Yeah, I'm being attacked by Australia. Who's this? That's Greenland. Greenland has somehow gotten down here. That makes sense. And if you want to know how you get wind condition, it's, what is it? It's freaking 95% of, did I send my island down here? I can't even remember. I'm just going to send a boat right there. Maybe it got taken out. Is this? Yeah, so I'm going to send a battleship here. I think the other thing, like, I think the ship stuff has the potential to be really cool. I haven't seen it work yet. I think that's going to be high-level gameplay. Like, for example, imagine someone snowballs Asia, and you're in, like, the Americas or Antarctica or Australia, and you got a team with other people. I wonder if you can, like, out-economy people and basically just try to defend. So I sent this ship over here because I wanted to take out that so I can freaking push into push into Antarctica. So I don't know if it's going to get it. This is battleship versus destroyer, and I think actually this is going to go away. Okay, so that goes away. So I can boat there. And I'm going to boat here, and I actually have 5 mil, so I'm going to hit this dude again. I think that makes sense. And Greenland's getting attacked for some reason. Don't know about that. Antarctica, that makes sense. Cleaning up the map and the islands, that's kind of another kind of troll element of the game. Don't know what you can do. I don't know if I like the whole TT thing of, like, people disappearing, right? And like you see this, like Australia is still attacking. Like, that seems kind of preposterous, right? So I'm going to try to take that. I'm going to actually just do one more experiment. I'm going to try to send out another destroyer. I think the destroyers lose. Yeah. And this has ship. This has health. It actually, I don't think it even lost anything. Yeah. Go figure. So that's good for Antarctica. And on that front, I think we're good. We're getting close to the 95%. That makes sense. And yeah, if you got this far in the video, if you could leave a like, help me on the algorithm, get more people to play OpenFront so we get like 90 player games or something. I think there's actually been like 100+ player game, to be so frank. I think that would be so cool. So yeah, and hopefully we won't, we took down the OpenFront server from the last video. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, be Be sure to leave a like. If you want to see more OpenFront stuff and kind of stay tuned to updates, I'm going to keep covering this because I think OpenFront has like all this potential that like Territorial.io, like if you watch TT, I don't know how many of you watch TT, maybe you all are from like Drew's channel or something. Because it's in its infancy, it's interesting to think where it can go. Like I would love to see different kind of tech paths you can do at the start and also keep the game fast paced. So I don't know what that is, but in any case, thanks for watching everyone. And I guess I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.